Howdy folks, and welcome back to another beginner Blender bonus class lesson. One of the students currently in the class completed a little exercise I set for them the other day, very well might I add, and said they had some issues in using booleans, or that it was difficult. They found it a bit tricky, particularly when adding embossed text to the book that they had made. So I was saying to them, have you tried knife project? That's quite a good, interesting technique. So I'm going to show you that today. And to do that, I'm just going to add in a text object. There we go. So we've got our text there. I do want to change the typeface for it though. So I've got this rather nice free text font called Thinking of Betty, which seems rather cute. So let's crack on. I'm going to go into object mode, and I'm just going to amend that text. If I can spell it properly. Oh, we need return in there. Is that how you spell mistress? I'm gonna say it is. So I've got my text there. Now I don't actually need it to be filled, so I'm going to set the fill to none. Then we do need to rotate that text. So rather than using the widget, I'm just going to use my shortcut keys. So we want to rotate it around the X direction. Rotate around X 90. And I just want to move it. Just want to move it out a little bit. And we'll scale that down. Now, in order for this to work, you do need to be in a kind of front view. So just going to do that. I'm going to scale it down a little bit more, and I think we will center it. So let's set it to centered. Line spacing, I think we can decrease the line spacing a little bit. Usually the title is quite tightly spaced. So let's just scale it up a little bit more. So we're looking about right there. Actually, we could scale that in just a little bit. Something like that, I think. And we might just duplicate that for the spine. So let's do that now whilst we're thinking about it. So I'm going to do Shift D. I'm just going to move that off to the side there. So we select the text. We select the book. Actually, what I'm going to do is, we don't really need to see all of that book. Just need to see, well, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Anyway, let's go back to here. So we've selected our font, or our text, and then we select the book. Then what we do is we go up, well, we go into edit mode, then we go to mesh, and we say knife project. So we choose that. It might take a minute to do. I'm going to think about it. Okay. Now we've still got our text selected. So I'm just going to go back to object mode. Just going to select that text. And I think we're probably done with it. But I'll tell you what, I'll just hide it. I'll press H and hide it. So we can go back to our book and go into edit mode. And you can see that we've got most of the text. There is some strangeness going on there though. With some of those faces, like that face should be selected, that should be selected, that should be selected, and that should be selected. Oops. See those little bits as well. Oops. Not perfect, but it's relatively close. So let's see, assuming we've got all of those bits that we need. I'm not sure if that should be selected. I'm going to select it anyway. And then we can inset that. So, or we can extrude it rather. So we can just get the extrude and push it in a little bit. Not too much, just a bit. So we can go back to object mode now. I think you'll agree that looks relatively spiffy. So let's edit this text here that we've got. So I'm just going to go into edit mode, space along, and do that with it. Now what we want to do is we want to rotate that. So let's do that in object mode. So we want to rotate it firstly around Y 90 degrees. So rotate Y 90. And then we want to rotate it around the Z-axis 90. Rotate Z 90. How's that looking? Or have we got it? Okay, I think we need to rotate that. Yeah, I think we need to rotate it around Z 180. Okay. Just move it back in to the side of our book. Just move it up somewhere close, maybe scale it in a little bit. Perhaps something like that. And we'll put it close to the spine just to make things a little easier for Blender. I don't know if the distance away from the object you're using matters, to be honest. But I do know that you need to have them both selected. So let's try that. Let's try in edit mode, I believe it was. We've not got them both selected. So select the text, select the book, go into edit mode. Okay, still not got the book selected. Quite sure why that is, in all honesty. I think we're doing it in the right order. Okay, let's select that. And let's go to our side, or back view rather. Let's try a knife project. It might take a moment. Just hanging on, waiting for a second for it to do its blendery stuff. I'm hoping it's not going to crash. There we go. And just like we did before, we can select the object, get that text, we'll just move that out of the way. We can select our book, go into edit mode, and just like we did before, it's wise just to check to see if the bits of fonts are correctly selected. Might have to tweak it a tiny bit. I'm gonna unselect that one, select that one, select that one. Be like that. You see that bit needs to be selected, and that bit needs to be selected. And I would imagine that bit too. Bit and that bit, bit and that bit, that bit. I think there's just a little hole there. So just make sure we've got the bits we need. Don't think we're looking. Oh, there's a bit we missed. Don't think we're looking too bad there. Oh, and there's another bit. Let's get that as well. Oh, have we missed a bit there as well? Bit and that bit. Okay, so we can go back to our extrude region and we can just push it in a little bit. How much do we want to extrude it by? Maybe a little bit more than that. Okay, so, and as far as creating materials and such like, and selecting a particular text, I don't know if I've got any. Oh yeah, so we've got a nice purple colour applied to that purple blue colour. So what we can do is we can go into wireframe mode, and we need to go to the top view. And we will go to our materials. Oh, and we've got a kind of a white for the pages, I guess, in a golden colour, or a yellow colour. So what we can do is we can deselect everything. We can do B for box select and just select that bit there. Whoops-a-daisy. I think we need to be in edit mode to do this. Let's try that again. So we'll be B for box select. Just select that little bit. And we just want to select text on the spine as well. Okay, so that's not too bad. It's not helping. So let's do C for circle select. Just want to start deselecting some of these bits. So B and the middle mouse button, box select, middle mouse button. So then we've got a few little areas here. Go into face select mode to do this. So we'll just deselect the bits if we can find them. I'm trouble picking that one up. Okay, see if we can do. So we obviously don't want that counter selected. There's obviously a center in there somewhere. Just don't know where. Very interesting. Don't want that. Whoops. It's a problem with that's the problem with having quite complex polygons. Sometimes it's tricky to try and figure out exactly where their centres might be. Guess we could because there must be a centre in there somewhere. There, that's it, I guess. So we could apply our yellow colour to that. We want to do the same with this bit on the spine, so just going to do, actually let me deselect everything, so we can just use C, select going around here. Let's have a look at that. Too bad. So B, middle mouse button, and I guess we've got some bottom edges selected as well. Okay, can we just deselect some of these faces? See that one? Don't quite know where that other face is. So it's just a matter of figuring it out. Sometimes it's harder than others. Just trying to work out quite where the little dot is that signifies the centre of the face. Sometimes, about that one? No, not that one. That one. I think I've just unselected some bits that I wanted selected, to be honest. We'll worry about that in a minute. Maybe one there. Oh, we want that one selected. We want that one selected, but not that one. Let's have a look further up here. See what we can find. See one of these. We need to deselect, and I thought that. Whoops! Did I do that? So it's just a matter of carefully going through, trying to find right bits to deselect. Obviously this one here is a little bit trickier. Not quite sure where the centre part of it might be. Not. Ah, that's a good guess. Anyway, I think you probably... Ooh, don't know what I selected then. That face is on the back somewhere. So you're getting the general idea. Must be a face here. Don't know quite which one it is at the moment. So yeah, sometimes it takes a little bit of working out, but it's not too tricky. Be good if I could find this one. Maybe it's there. It's well spotted. Let's have a look up here. See if we can't find this face center. I guess we could always turn on the normal. Whoa, that's a bit much. We can always turn on our normals a little bit to try and help us with that. Although I'm not entirely sure it will. Could do with making those normals just a little bit smaller. Let's try 0.01. That's a bit more helpful. And then let's see if we can spot. Yeah, I think there's a normal on that face just there. Did I select anything else? I don't think I did. Okay, so how are we looking there? I think that's looking kind of okay, so we can apply our material to that. So let's have a look in shaded mode. And well, there you have it. That's how to use knife projection. Maybe made a little mistake there. Maybe not. I don't know. Geometry's a bit weird. Anyway, so that's how to use knife projection with kind of fonts, and I hope you like that. And please do like, subscribe, comment. Happy blendering. Until next time, take care.